What is up, down, and sideways, all you beautiful individuals? We are back. It's another episode of League Unlock. Eric and Mark here with you for a little Christmas gift, Christmas spirit today. We're going to hand out something we want, or we think every major region will want, heading into the new year and kind of as a part of Christmas as well. Something we're hopeful for, or they think that they deserve.
And this is very generous. I'm going to call it the season of giving. Doesn't matter. Christmas, whatever holiday you're wanting to celebrate, we're giving out these gifts. Nobody is going to get put on the naughty list, even though, let's be honest, we certainly could make quite a naughty list within the League of Legends space and esports that we have seen. But we're all going to be nice here today. Only gift giving in this time around.
Yeah, and we'll start in the LCS, which is a little crossover with, you can call it Wizard of Oz if you want, because we're giving them some confidence and competition. They need a little hype man to say, you go LCS, you keep trying, but more importantly, they need more than one good team. I'm going to say I want 3 good teams where they can actually push each other and grow, because this past year we saw FlyQuest, they couldn't grow domestically.
It's something where you don't have to go as far as looking in other regions, other esports, other traditional sports to realize that not having someone within your regular scheduling type of matchup situation that you are able to sharpen yourself against, that are you able to be tested, pushed, and stressed against, you are not going to improve. You are not going to grow to the lengths that you need to when you will be tested internationally. And we saw that throughout these splits that we had with FlyQuest dominating the region last year. And we had hoped and, at times discussed Cloud9, a Team Liquid potentially getting to that territory. And it never really came to fruition. And especially in that summer split, us really fell off the rails of being anyone close enough to contending with this FlyQuest team that we had running away. So yes, for the LCS heading into the next year, we are gifting them the gift of competition, of that struggle, of that clash of teams that you want to have at the top of your region, pushing each other and the region to further heights.
Let's get some rivalries going again. There's a lot of new faces on new teams, but guys that have storylines and histories together. So let's see something actually get built up as we come back to the LCS era. That's the other gift we would have given them. If they weren't rebranding, give them back the LCS name, but we already got that gift.
And I think coming back to the LCS name, I'm thinking of the LCS of old, where it was, okay, I gotta see this TSM C9 match, or even further back, the TSM CLG El Clasico, get those rivalries going. Part of that is having teams be successful, is denying each other opportunities or chances at that top of the table. So I'm looking, again, headshot right now. Cloud9, Team Liquid, you got the APA angle already simmering in the hot spot. Let's get it overboiled at this point, and let's see them fighting at the top and challenging one another.
When you go to the LEC, truthfully, they've already gotten their Christmas gift, and it's a similar theme for the second straight year, and that is one of the best players in North America going over to Europe. You got Jojo Pyun last year, and now you're getting Busio. So I think the LEC's coming out pretty good in terms of gifts. We're still kind of waiting. The LEC, can you give us some back? But I guess guys like Inspired coming over and Dwippo, other European players, the LCS still has some years to catch up for this gift giving.
We've had plenty of European gifts come over now. There's a conversation about the quality of those gifts at the end of the day and how they performed here, but we'll leave that one for a little bit messier of a conversation, focusing on the good. And yes, the LEC, they're that, that family that every year is opening, they get to open 1 or 2 presents the night before everyone else is opening a type of situation. That's the LEC, and yes, they have quickly ripped through the gift wrapping of Busio over to Carmine Corp. This is a big gift for the region, and especially knowing what point and potential Busio represents in his career, paired alongside the emerging and looming talent of Khalees in this bottom lane. Yeah, this is the gift that is going to keep on giving to the LEC throughout the rest of this year.
Yeah, Khalees definitely the guy who should be the most excited about this gift, and the guy who did the unwrapping, got the honors of having Busio pop out of the gift, and probably now make the premier bottom lane over in Europe. The LCK is kind of that rich kid who gets the latest and greatest remote control car. Everyone else is envious as they're spinning it around the block going, oh man, all I got was this yo-yo. I can't do anything too cool with that. But they're getting now a fresh wave of young talent that's coming in as the gift. You're talking about Casting, Smash, and Vincenzo, who were all the top player in the challenger scene in their respective roles. And you add already a guy like Diable going into his second year, and the next wave of LCK talent is already here.
This is like getting a Switch OLED or a Switch 2 for Christmas, and you look over next door, and Mr. Richie Rich is rolling in with a Switch 4, 2 Switch 2s taped together, back-to-back situation. That's the LCK. You've already got the Gumayushis. You've already got all the amazing talent that the unkillable Demon King Faker brings to the region, and everything else. But yes, next up, next batter up, keep it coming with the young guns that have got the skills, and you laid out the impressive list, and this is going to be, this year in the LCK, I think is going to be one of those ones where, yes, we're having that clash, that fight at the very top, but it really feels like with some of these young prospects and the potential coming through and getting their starting opportunities this time around, I think one of the other conversations that we're going to have about the LCK is this upstart in young talent. Is this young talent shaking up what will be the playoff picture, at the very least towards the bottom part of the playoffs in the LCK? So yes, it doesn't matter. Superstar, elite players, add in the next ones, the young guns coming on through for the LCK this year around. And I'll even throw in last year's young gun, Diable, coming on through. I think he is absolutely primed and poised to pop off and be a difference maker and enter himself into the conversation of some of the very best within the region.
It just doesn't seem fair to have such a stacked top of the table in the LCK, and then even these more bottom tier teams to have these young players that have been, most of these guys have been hyped up for more than a full year. A guy like Smash, you're going on almost 3 years. You've been waiting for this debut, but even again, guys like Vincenzo and guys like Casting who are coming up. So it's, the Christmas tree is absolutely stacked every year in the LCK, and it feels like now we should start saying the gift is just the time we got to spend together, because they don't need any more stuff.
Yeah, we got to be rearranging this type of one. So 1 year around, we get a charity round of gifts from the LCK. Maybe they gift it out.
Can they spread it out a bit? You can have this remote. Smash, come over to the LCS. Yeah, sure.
No. It doesn't count when you're just spreading Gumayushi over to Hanwha Lights. Yeah. We're not talking about spreading it within the LCK. We got to get some of that extra flair elsewhere. But yes, the rich keep getting richer, and I think looking at the young talent that will come through and will make their impact within the LCK, that's going to be the gift this year around for LCK fans.
The LPL gift will really be a testament to how powerful the spirit of Christmas is. We're trying to wish good fortune on them, and I think all LPL fans would agree the only gift they want going into 2026 is to not see T1 at any international events, because the LPL has lost 10 best-of-5 series in a row to the LCK, and 7 of them have been at the hands of T1. 6 of those were elimination matches, by the way. So very much the anti-fun for the LPL is T1.
And at some point in time, yes, the bell still rings that you have to answer to Faker, to T1 as that organization on the international stage. But we're wishing, we are hoping that isn't the case this year around. You get that little bit of reprieve. I understand so many times, I want to prove it. Let me be the champion. Let me beat who has denied me all these times. Every once in a while, and especially with that answer being denied so many times, you go, you know what? I don't need that extra angle to it. Let me just still taste this victory, the sweetness of that success. And I think that's where it has to be for the LPL. I don't care if it's an event where T1 doesn't end up qualifying due to the standing situation in the LCK, or if it's one of these ones where T1 is there, but they get knocked out by somebody else before it becomes the big dance. Whatever it is, the LPL needs an opportunity to get a shot at an international crown and one of these titles without T1, without Faker standing in their way. And I know all roads lead through him. He has said it himself, but we got to ask for it this time around with the power of gift giving for the LPL.
I'm just always amazed still, these teaser videos, the LPL seems so confident going up against T1. Like, this is the time it finally breaks, and it was not the time that it finally breaks. But give somebody else a chance. Give the LPL. I know they won MSI, JDG 2023, 2021 now, the last time they won Worlds, and BLG beat Hanwha in 2024. So you can find the avenues where the LPL's beaten the LCK, but T1 especially is a thorn in, well, everyone's side internationally, but especially the LPL is hoping and praying to just... Maybe just MSI. Don't go to MSI. Give them a chance to run it through.
Or maybe even first stand, like it was
yeah,
last
even
year.
A better chance there. Only one squad.
Can't have a repeat performance of the way Top Esports showed up at that event, if that is one of those situations as well. When you're talking about the LPL, I'll throw in the stocking stuffer here, and this is one of those ones, and this is the good stocking stuffers. This ain't no waste of space stocking stuffer. I'm talking about the two coming over from the LCP. I'm talking about your boy Hongq and Junjia.
A pretty good gift.
I think very nice gifts that added on in, and again, not coming through with the major check, expenses that is going to be when you're looking underneath the Christmas tree of the LCK, the LEC with the Busio deal. But absolutely, I think that the way that this can succeed, can wow, can impress, and bring happiness that sometimes the greatest of stocking stuffers only can. I think that is what I'm looking for in the LPL and hoping for with JDG.
And that transitions right to the, okay, well, what does the LCP get? Because they lost those two star players. CFO, now Driver's not going to be there. No six-man roster. Shadow and Pungyan are coming in to replace Junjia and Hongq. Kai Wing's gone, so you're going, okay, Levi's retired. It's a full new era. We need a new face of the league, and I think that gift is already there because Dago is coming back for CFO, and he's going from Kai Wing, who was one of the oldest players in the entire world, not just the LCP. Anyone scratching 30, it's a big deal. And Orca coming in as his new support, who's a young guy. Elise was his most played in every split down there. I feel like a new aggressive bot lane Dago can really step into the face of this league.
And you don't have to look, crazy far or think all that much about what type of difference it can bring, bringing in a young support, and especially a young support that has more so geared himself towards these engages, towards different type of champions than what has been the tried and true measure of supports in the past type of situation. Because if anything we have seen in the last 2-3 years of League of Legends is having that type of flexibility, that skill set in that position is one of those X factors that can bring you from average to fantastic at any point in time. And I think that Orca is one of the players that is showcasing a lot of the good things, a lot of those check marks that you want to be seeing when you're talking about that young support. Add in an experienced and someone that can take it to the highest levels of damage in that bottom lane in Dago. I think, yes, that is an angle to be hopeful that things won't regress or dip down too much in the LCP, especially for a squad like the Flying Oysters, who have seen so much turnover go through. And as well, I want to give the extension of a present of just rest, staying with this team. He's now going to be that option, the only option in that top side. And I think I want to see how he can explode and how he can take his own individual game to that next level for the organization.
Especially just seeing the ascension of the LCP as a whole, competing internationally with both GAM and Flying Oysters, and even Team Secret Whales. A lot of them went over to GAM now, so much change going on. I just hope they stay competitive as one of those near the LCK and LPL at least levels of competition. So we're giving them Doggo as the new face of the organization. The LPL getting a T1 free international event, at least one of them, maybe two this year, and LEC already got their gift. The LCK is the gift that keeps on giving, and the LCS, thank you for being the LCS, and we just want some competitive teams and an actually well-rounded league, because it feels like it's been a few years since we had that.
It certainly has, and I think for the fan base, again, returning back to the LCS, looking back on some of those good old memories in the past and thinking of the rivalries, those exciting matches, yeah, that is the path that we are very hopeful for, and they've already got that gift of the LCS name coming on through. Let's see these competitive matches push this region all the way through. That would be the greatest gift of them all for us here in North America.
Hey, let us know if there's some stocking stuffers you'd like to see for any team, player, organization, league throughout the LoL esports ecosystem. But that is it today for League Unlock. Eric and Mark here with you. Absolute stunners. Thanks so much for hanging out. We'll catch you on that flippity flip.